just use strips of this dead fir as sections of the tripod. That would do for one. And that's about 8 foot, that will do. And I'm gonna have one side a bit shorter than the other, but that still should do. This is a pretty good place to build this wiki up. And this will do, it's pretty flat. There's a slight depression here, but that's just gonna help me stop me rolling down the hill. It's really important though, just to check that you don't have any game trails moving through where you wanna sleep, and also no red ants. Final thing I wanna check for is having a bit of open sky above me. So if search and rescue is looking for you, they can actually see you. And I'm going to lay them in a way so I leave a little gap this side. That's going to be my door, and it's going to be south facing, so I'll get the sun from the southeast first thing in the morning, and should be nice and warm as well.
Now for dinner, and I've had it with searching for grubs and finding just the occasional snake. It's time to go for something higher up the food chain. I'm grinding this piece of cedar into an Indian throwing stick. Native Americans choose cedar because it's one of the hardest woods and makes for a perfect weapon. Smoothing it down like this will make it fast and deadly in the air.
We're ready for some practice. A rabbit or squirrel's not in any great danger at the moment. We're ready. I don't know if you can see the bunny over there. And he hasn't seen me yet. And if I get just a little bit closer, I should stand a chance of getting a shot at him.
Now to cook my dinner. But first I'm going to show you how to start a fire using just pieces of wood.
If you look at the branch of this elderberry, this is really long and thin, and this actually gives me a whole nother way of making fire, which I can use later. I'm just scraping this last little bit of shavings out of the inner bark of this cedar that I can add to this tinder bundle. And this is a vital bit of a fire. I want to really break this up and get it really light and fluffy, and it's this that I'm eventually going to tip the embers into here to try and get the flame going. But now this is the meat of it, trying to get the ember to spark this. And all I'm using is this little branch that I got off the elderberry bush and this little bit of base wood, and this always requires a certain amount of patience.
And it takes me loads of goes.
It's knackering. And once you have the spindle pop out, it's like you're back to square one every time. And my arms are just burning now. Right, smoke you.
To make an ember, friction must heat the elderberry branch to 800 degrees Fahrenheit.
And once it's smoking like this, I need to just keep it going for a couple more goes. And then I'll have a coal. You can see it just coming out of the notch there. Here we go, it's smoking. And I'm gonna put that straight into the bundle. And here we go, get that in there.
Now to get my rabbit ready for cooking.
And all we need to do now is, because the neck's already broken, that comes away all nice in one bit.
It's going to be my first proper meal for days, but I'm worried about unwelcome guests crashing the barbecue.
This is beginning to cook and smell really good now. But I'm not the only one who's going to be able to smell this. And local black bears in this area can smell this up to 25 miles away. And I've actually got a friend who was out camping in one of these Yosemite valleys who went to sleep, and he had an apple inside his trousers pocket, and he used his trousers as a pillow. And he woke up in the middle of the night with a black bear ripping the trousers out from under his head just to get at the apple. But he was lucky. But it just shows how careful you've got to be when you're cooking, preparing, but more importantly, getting rid of any excess food that you don't use when you go to sleep. This looks done now, and I've just been sitting here drooling over this, but time to try it. Wow. It just tastes so fresh, and you know, cooked over this fire, it's just so delicious, like straight off a barbecue.
With the prospect of a full stomach for the first time in days, I can look around and appreciate the majesty of this amazing place, and begin to plan the next stage of my way out of here.
It's an unbelievably beautiful night, and you can see the stars just so clearly. And you can see the North Star over there, the Polaris, and it's not the brightest star, but it's one of the only constant stars in the sky you can navigate by. It's not going to move, and I'm actually gonna, when I can see it, I'm gonna mark it. So when I get up in the morning, I know which way I've got to travel. That's east, south, and where I'm going to go tomorrow, west.
And that journey will take me to one of the most dangerous places in these mountains.